Israel's Security Cabinet is due to meet to approve a ceasefire deal. The Israeli government will vote on a deal with the majority of ministers expected to approve the deal. The deal includes humanitarian aid to Gaza, Israel's gradual withdrawal from the territory, the release of Israeli captives and freeing of Palestinian prisoners. South Africa has welcomed the ceasefire agreement reached between the two. The Department of International Relations referred to the conflict as Israel's genocidal onslaught in Gaza in the aftermath of Hamas attack on October 7th in 2023. For more on this, we now cross live to SABC News Correspondent Sarah Coates in Tel Aviv. Sarah, thank you so much for your time and welcome to On Point. As we speak now, has the deal been accepted?
Hello there, Diabo. That vote that you were just mentioning before the cabinet vote, where these Israeli ministers will decide whether this goes ahead, it's actually been postponed. And that is because the Prime Minister's office has put out a statement saying that Hamas is backing out of agreements. Now, Hamas has come out to deny this, saying that it is committed to all of these agreements put forward by the mediators. It's unclear as to what these difficulties are, what potentially these agreements are that the Prime Minister Netanyahu is accusing Hamas of backing out of, but we can expect this vote to happen once this is all ironed out. But in saying that, once it does go to a vote, it is certainly expected to pass with a majority. This is despite some in Benjamin Netanyahu's coalition saying that they will not vote for it. They do not support this ceasefire deal, and they're even threatening to pull out of the government. This is specifically the Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich and his party saying that they believe it is a surrender deal and they believe the war should continue with full force.
Yeah, the reports that Sunday would be the day that the hostages are released and everything kicks off. From what you know, has there been any change with regards to that?
Well, that all depends on whether this vote goes ahead today or not. If it doesn't go ahead today, then the ceasefire will likely not go into effect on Sunday. And of course, if that happens, then these hostages would not be released that day. Now, in saying that, if it does go ahead, then yes, it is slated to still go into effect on Sunday around lunchtime. We do understand that at least 3 Israeli hostages will be released in exchange for hundreds of Palestinians being held in Israeli jails. So certainly it is a fairly anxious time ahead for the family members of these hostages, also for the family members of Palestinians who've been jailed in Israel. And we also need to, of course, mention for these people in Gaza who so desperately want a ceasefire after 15 months of fighting and more than 46,000 people killed. So certainly crucial hours ahead, but we will, of course, keep you up to speed on what's going on.
Yeah, Sarah, just for the purposes of our viewers, perhaps let's just remind the viewers about the staggered stages that the deal will take effect, having phase 1 to phase 3.
So phase 1 will see 33 hostages released over the course of 6 weeks. It's on the 16th day of this first phase that phase 2 will then be discussed. Now, it is during phase 2 that there will be potentially a complete withdrawal of Israeli forces from the Gaza Strip, but Israel will not completely withdraw from Gaza until all of these hostages are released. Now, also during stage 2, it would be men under the age of 50 and also male soldier captives that would be released from the Gaza Strip, once again, along with hundreds of Palestinians jailed here in Israel. Now, stage 3, if it gets to that, will really focus on a post-war plan and the reconstruction of Gaza, given that billions and billions of dollars of damage have been done, and it will take really a mammoth effort to rebuild the Strip. So certainly there is a lot of hope that things will get to stage 3, but first there needs to be this vote here in the Israeli cabinet, which needs to decide whether or not this will actually go through.
Sarah, thank you so much. We are definitely keeping an eye on developments with regards to this. I've been speaking to SABC News Correspondent Sarah Coates in Tel Aviv. Thank you so much, Sarah.